What's up, YouTube? We're back with another video. This will be our second video on our channel. This video will be about how I met this beautiful, crazy being right here. Yeah, I'm gonna let her start off since I talked the whole video supposedly last night. But whatever. This video is gonna be on how we met. So yeah.
So we met when we used to work at this warehouse job together back in 2015. We worked together at this job called Amazon, and it all started. How it started, it was crazy because we weren't even supposed to be talking or anything like that. So initially, I had a friend who liked her and who wanted to talk to her, but she was so scared, and she wasn't really like. I don't know. I don't want to say she's not gay at all. Just put it like that. She just liked her presence, basically.
Never mind.
She's really crazy, and she just liked her presence, basically. She just liked how she looked and things like that. So initially, my friend wanted me to talk to her friend, and my friend wanted to talk to her, but it didn't work out like that. So days progressed, and she had a friend who came up to me and was like, basically, she wants to talk to me. So I didn't really think so much about it because I was in the midst of getting out of a crazy relationship that just wasn't really working out. So I wasn't really in the midst of like looking for someone, I guess you can say. So I just brushed it off because I'm like, I don't think it's like the right time. Maybe I just need some time to myself and find myself kind of thing. So I just brushed it off. So when her friend came up to me, I didn't really think too much about it. I just let it go. So then another friend of hers came up to me and was like,
It was
hey,
really a friend of yours, really.
I mean, you knew him first. Okay, you knew him first though.
Okay.
So he came up to me and was like, hey, such and such wants to talk to you. I think you should talk to her. And I'm just like, well, you know, I'm kind of in a relationship, but not really. I'm trying to end things, but it's just not working out too well, so I don't know how this is gonna go. So I'm just like, okay. So I let it go. So then, like, what, maybe a week or so later, she just kept like giving me the side eye, and I'm like, hey, okay, I see her looking at me, but I'm just gonna brush it off. But it's kind of cute, but I don't really know what I want to do because
Oh, you knew what you wanted to do because you told me.
At the time,
told me.
At the time,
Don't leave
it
out
was
no
just
parts.
really.
Don't leave out no parts.
It wasn't a good time, basically. So I'm just like, okay. So then I just came to my senses, and I'm like, well, maybe we should just do the nasty and not really be together.
Nasty.
Not really be together.
We can't do the nasty.
So that's where I was gonna go with this. So I'm just like, okay, boom. So that's what I had in the back of my head. But mind you, still at this point, we didn't talk. We hadn't exchanged numbers or nothing. So then one day, this clown came up to me. I was eating some candy, walking down my line, scanning my boxes because we was working at Amazon. So this clown comes up to me and was like, hey, can I have some of your candy? And in my mind,
she lied to me. She lied to me and said she didn't have any more.
In my mind,
How
I'm
dare
thinking,
you?
why would this girl come up to me and ask me for some candy? So I'm like, okay, I don't have any more candy. It's gone. Adios, bye-bye. It's gone. Get out of my face. So I was just like, hey, okay, I don't have any more candy. I can buy you something tomorrow at the vending machine. So she just bust out laughing, and I'm like, okay. So then she left. So then that happened. So after that happened or whatever, maybe a few days later, my friend that initially wanted to talk to her, one day we were leaving work because they let us off early, and she was standing at the door holding the door as everyone was coming out. and my friend's gonna run up to her and tell her that I wanted her number. Mind you, I never told her that I wanted her number, nothing. I never told this girl that I wanted her number, never told her that I wanted to talk to her or nothing. So I don't even know where she got that from. It was just so... No,
you was a stalker and you don't want to admit.
No, that part haven't even came up yet. So...
You was admitting it now.
Initially, like I said, we never were supposed to even talk because my friend wanted to talk to her. So when my friend told her that I wanted her number, I was like, what? Now, you know I did not want her number. You know you wanted her number. And I guess she was afraid to say that she wanted her number, so she made it seem like I wanted her number. So then, boom. I'm walking out, and I'm walking to my car. And so she's like, hey, where you going? And I'm like, I'm going to my car. And she was like, come here. So then I came back, and I walked up to her. She was standing at her car. So she pulled out her little phone, and she was like, no. So she pulled out her phone, and she was like, you gonna put your number in my phone? And I'm like, no. You could put your number in my phone.
I don't recall you saying no, but okay.
Yes, because I said, no, I'm not going to put my number in your phone. You can put your number in my phone. So she put her number in my phone or whatever. And she was like, all right, hit me up. No, she was like, all right, hit me up. And I was like, okay, cool. So time passed, and I was like, should I text this girl?
Ain't no time passed. You hit me up
no,
like 5 minutes later.
No, I did not. It was not that. So I was like, should I hit this girl up? Because mind you, like I said before, I'm in the midst of getting over a bad relationship kind of thing. So I'm like, should I hit this girl up? Maybe she'll take my mind off some of the stuff that I have going on, because I was in the process of like moving and ending a bad relationship. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me just hit this girl up and see what this is going to be about. So I text her. And when I text her, it took her forever to respond, like maybe 3 hours.
Oh, I'm glad you was clocking. I'm glad you was clocking.
Literally, like 3 hours to respond.
That was a good sign, I guess. She was clocking, y'all.
So I'm like,
she wanted
okay,
me to text back
cool.
like that.
So then we started talking, and literally, y'all, it was the same. What you doing? How you doing? How you been for like the first week? Like
That's
didn't
how
get,
it always is.
It didn't get nowhere. So then that happened or whatever. So mind you, during this time, we're still working together. So we were just in the talking phase or whatever. So you know, in the talking phase, everybody just does their own little thing or whatever the case may be. So we wasn't really hanging out or anything like that. But we didn't live. Yeah, we didn't live too far apart. We lived like, to get to our house, you can go off of the same exit. So like, to get to my house where I was living at the time, if you would get off of our exit to get to my house, well, my apartment, you would turn to the left. To get to her house, you would turn to the right and then go down the street. So when one day we were leaving work, and I see, like, I don't know if it was just me like really liking her or what the case may have been, but like leaving work, leaving work, somehow I would always see her trying to fly past me. So I'm like, okay, this girl, I don't know what she's trying to do or what the case may be, but let me just catch up to this girl. And so I would try to catch up with, I would catch up with her. And one day I was just like, I need some more information on this girl. So I seen her driving down the highway, like she flew past me. So I like took a picture of her tag, and I'm like, let me look this girl up and let me see what she got going on. So I looked her up. I had her tag number, so I was able to like go on Google, put her tag number in, and all the information came up.
She need to be in the crazy house. Like,
so zip it.
This is crazy.
Zip it.
Like,
so,
I'm still.
That happened or whatever, so I was able to look her up, get some information on her. So, like I said, we live down the street from each other. This is something that I was going to take to my grave. I've never even told her this part or whatever. So once I did that or whatever, we used to live down the street from each other. So one day I just was so bored, and I VTO'd from work, meaning that I didn't have to go in because there wasn't a lot of products, so they didn't really need a lot of workers. So one day I just took it upon myself to just drive past the house that came up where her car was registered to, and I seen her car out there. And that day, I don't think we talked that day. And I'm like, okay, she's at home. I haven't talked to her. Well, hopefully she's at home. I haven't talked to her.
Hopefully I'm at home.
Or anything like that. We wasn't texting or anything like that. So, yeah. So then days just progressed or whatever.
We didn't even talk like that, and she was already showing up at my house.
But you didn't know. No, you didn't know that.
Exactly, I didn't know.
So
you was on some stalker shit.
So I wasn't just showing up at your house. I just rode past your house. So don't make it seem like I'm crazy.
Her grandmother works for the jail, so she was in on it too. She was in on looking up my tag number, finding out my address, and all of that crazy psycho shit.
So yeah, that happened or whatever. So that's the gist of how we met. And like I said, we wasn't even supposed to be here or anything.
It was just supposed to be one night stand
kind of thing, basically. That's really what
she was on, and that's what I was on at the time, because
you was what? Go ahead, let the people know. Let the people know.
Oh my goodness, I was out there at Amazon. Really, I was single. I was living the best of the best life out there.
Literally. She's not lying.
And you was stalking me even when I was... Okay, so it was this girl, and she had a girlfriend that I was messing with at Amazon. But I was a hoe. I'm gonna admit that. But she had a girlfriend that I was messing with, but she knew her girlfriend was cheating on her anyway, so it just made it easier. And one day,
they should have just had an orgy, right?
Ew. I didn't even know she was even checking for me then. You know, she was still on her like low-key stalker-ish. But something happened where me and the girl was in my car, and I guess someone called, and then her girlfriend pulled up, and it was a big old, just crazy.
The girl was about to get beat up, y'all. Her girlfriend literally like jacked her up out the car, and this fool leaves the girl at her car and goes into the workplace. And I'm like, how did you leave the girl out there? Like,
she's not my girl. She wasn't my girlfriend at the time. We was just messing around. But yeah, I didn't even know she was like 2 cars down from that whole situation, just looking nosy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't like, how we met was just
really crazy.
It was just supposed to be another one of those, you know, hit and run type situations.
Literally.
And
now here we are.
What, 3 years later?
Yes, and married.
So it's just crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, she really changed me for the better, because I was out there. I was out there. Stop. I was out there all the way. Like, I didn't give no cares in the world about no feelings, no nothing. Like,
y'all, even to me, when we first started talking, that's how she was. That is how she was. Like, that's how she was. It was just bad. But I had to get over it, because it's like, we're not really together. We're just we're just in the talking stage. And now it really took me a long time to get over that, because I mean, me personally, how I have set in my mind is that when I'm talking to somebody, it's only like, it's me and just that person. But I have realized that not everybody is like that. Even my best friend has told me, like, hey Becky, you should get over that, because everybody's not like that. And even her personally, when she talks to someone, when she's talking to someone, she's basically in the dating field, she's trying to find the right person. So she's talking to multiple people to see who is the best candidate. So that was something that I did have to get over. And I mean, at this point in time, it's still something in the back of my head that's like, knock her ass out. But then it's like, get over it.
Really?
So
you have
it's
no
like,
choice but to get past it. We here 3 years later.
yeah,
We living our best life.
literally.
So, hey,
Yep, and that is
the
how
perfect
we
love
met.
story, I guess.
No, not perfect, but it's there, and I guess it ain't going nowhere.
Oh no, you ain't going nowhere, baby. To death do us part.
Yep, I guess.
You guess.
Not I guess, you know what I mean. Like,
She already know what it is, y'all. Don't let her front for this camera or whatever it may be.
team with spoon.
With a spoon gang. Yeah.
If you ain't gang, then you lame.
But yeah, that's how we met, y'all. You know. Stay tuned for more videos.